second product is an energy monitor. Most of the times, especially now that we are looking to add in a lot more electrical devices, the utility rates are going up. It helps to know which circuits are consuming the most power. So this gives you more visibility. It has 16 CT inputs and a main CT that it gets information from, and it gives you all the information via a smartphone app, which is available through the cloud. And what it gives you is not just the energy trending data with time, but it also gives you very smart notifications when something goes wrong. When there's like an abnormal energy usage that it is sensing, like your refrigerator circuit is now using more power than it used to in the past. Like, your refrigerator circuit might be, acting up where it's drawing more power, or whether it is to let you know that breaker might have tripped because it's now not sensing any current in that load. So, it gives you all kind of neat notifications. It also tells you, how much solar power you have coming into your house, how they are being used in your home. It kind of builds in like gamification also into the app to make it more interesting for the homeowner. So that's the second product. And the third product is like a really new technology that we're coming out with, which is the controllable circuit breaker. How we achieve the controllability in the breaker is by using solid state switching versus mechanical switching. With our controllable breaker, it's all controlled electronically, how it turns on and off. And it turns, the control is like 1,000 times faster than a mechanical breaker, which means that your breaker now can react a lot quicker to a fault condition. And also that you're able to program in the breakers to come on and off at times of the day as in how you wish. It could be that your utility is charging you a lot more, cents per minute at certain times of the day. And then also it could point you to a scenario where your oven has probably been left on for more than 2 hours. It sends you a notification saying, hey, that circuit seems to be on. Would you really like that to be the case? And it gives you the ability to turn it off. So this is mostly helpful when you're away from the home, you're driving and you realize, oh my gosh, I left my circuit on, my oven on, or my flat iron on. It gives you the ability to turn the thing off remotely. And it also gives you energy monitoring information. And the breaker will also have software upgradability as and when new features come in, as and when new algorithms come in for arc fault and ground fault. You get that very easily from the smartphone app. So this breaker we are introducing right now in the residential market, but the plan really is to go for it in the commercial, introduce this in the commercial market also. This is a great way to load shed devices, and manage loads to come on and off at times, especially like lighting is a great application where it makes sense to turn things off and on at certain times of the day, where you're controlling it all from the breaker. You don't now need a separate panel. You don't need a separate lighting panel to control your lighting to come on and off. It also gives you more intelligence because this is the breaker. If it trips on a certain condition, it'll let you know what that condition is. It'll even give you waveforms as to what happened behind the scenes. So a lot more information that a contractor now can work with as opposed to how things were traditionally.
Hi, this is Tim Sims with Dave Cooper Live, and I'm with Aaron from Foldum. Am I saying that right?
That's correct.
Okay, so we were walking by here at first glance. This looked like a moment frame, volumetric, modular, prefab construction, but that's not what it is.
Not what it is. So this entire unit is 8 foot by 20 foot, 9 foot tall, and it actually is made to completely fold down. It is built to live in. It's an insulated micro shelter.
So it's more like for humanitarian temporary shelter, easily deployed, quick to set up, quick to take down. Yep. And your markets are where?
So our markets right now, we're in Salt Lake City. We're also in Medford, Oregon. We're actually doing homeless housing. The unit is actually split into 2 75 square foot living spaces with a community, all bathrooms and everything else.
So you can do an entire community, or you can just do one, but generally you're doing communities to take care of folks that are in different stages of life, to help them out, and it becomes either a transition or whatever the case is. But the technology is a folding technology, which thankfully has gotten a lot of press and mileage on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok and we're like that. So, but those have mostly been about like more permanent housing, right? So you're serving a different purpose here.
So our purpose here is we actually started doing with ADUs, and then we actually realized there's a greater good with our product to be rapidly deployable, quick shipping, and we show up with just a semi that has actually 10 units on it. Within a few hours, we can actually open all the units up. We put all the modular pieces in, beds, kitchens, appliances, and we have people living them in that day or within a few days.
Well, I appreciate all you do to not only help make this industry, which I love so much, stronger and better, but also take care of the folks that are in a bad spot for whatever reason, whether it's climate or life, whatever, you know. So appreciate that very much.
Of course. No, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Dave, why are you wearing this hat?
Well, to keep my head safe.
Good. But what about this?
It's like a Google. Oh, look at that! I can actually see. That's awesome.
You can finally see. It's like a miracle.
I can. But you know what? Unless I'm trying to look at it, I'm seeing straight ahead.
Right.
That's
when
pretty
this
cool.
is all looked up, you can look around the room, and not only are you seen, but it's seen. It's seen what's in the room and what should be in this room.
Say that one more time.
Not only are you seeing, but this is seeing what's in the room. Right?
Got it.
What's supposed to be there by code.
Right.
What might be missing?
So this is so I'm virtually seeing what I'm supposed to be building.
There you go.
That's what you're telling me.
Well, if you need to inspect, do you trust your eyes? You should.
Right.
But what if you had an extra set of eyes that know what exactly is supposed to be there and tells you, right?
One, it helps keep people safe, but it's smart because you're allowing me to keep my hands where they need to be. I can visually see what I'm supposed to be doing, but at the same time, it's inspecting where things are going and what I should be doing, yes?
Yeah, it's inspecting what you expect. Right? There's that whole thing right there. So
they're going to make a monopoly board.
They are, yeah. Right. And now you can move your player forward.
Right.
Right. Now, but it goes beyond this. This is part of the technology that's going forward and driven by AI, which can be scary and also can be fantastic, right? So if it can help you be more efficient, more cost-effective when you're building, isn't that what we're after, right?
100%, sure.
Right. And can it help you be safer? This knowledge, that's what it gets to. All of us go through the OSHA training, right? And then, and then when we wake up after the training, because it can be so daggone boring, right? Come on, let's be real with this. Yeah, I went through
training. Can be boring.
Can be boring. How about if it were not boring? How about if it were interactive and you could talk to it? You could say, yeah, but why is it that way? And it explains why. That's where we're going with this technology. That's where we are with this technology. And you don't have to wear the hat to be there. It's just on your phone.
And then the other side of it, you're increasing education, you're increasing knowledge, your team's becoming more knowledgeable. I mean, so the whole thing's like this big cycle of education.
It is. All this technology comes down to, number one, what's the content going in, right? So the experts out in the field, they know, right? But it's like this brain dump. You can brain dump to one person, and that person's now informed. But if you could brain dump to your whole team and have them on the same page, now we're working more efficiently. Now we're working safer. Now we're working more cost effectively, and that's why the Ivory Prize for Housing Affordability said, we are looking at you because you can bring down the cost of homes, or at least, or create bigger margins, whichever one you're after.
It's all mobile app too.
Yes.
Let's talk about the mobile app. It's the simplicity of it. It can feel overwhelming if you know, we talk about all these different things, but let's talk about how the mobile app works in conjunction with all of this.
Yeah, so the builder puts all their standard operating procedures, their best practices into On3 Learn. That's the primary app, and that is the library of content that is searchable and accessible, whether you have wireless communication where you are or not. There are many areas that are still remote, and so I can't get my cell phone doesn't work. You still have that content all there for you, which makes it kind of a game changer in the industry.
But like most people in the trades, they're very hands-on. If you show them how to do it, they're going to get it much quicker than you say, well, read this book on how to tie a knot, right? You're saying that I can test to show that I know what I'm doing by videoing what I'm doing.
Yes, Dave, as long as you can use your phone, then you can show me. So then you can prove that you know what you're doing. And it goes to your boss or to your coach in our system, and they can say, yeah, that was 90% perfect, Dave, but if you could do this, then we could get it done actually in time for inspection.
Sure.
Right? And that's what we're trying to do, and get it done, inspected the first time. And then that conversation's going on in real time out in the field. Right?
Got it.
So that if they can't remember, they reference it right there and they go bam, 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 they search it and they get the information they need on your processes.
Right. That can all live on my mobile app and through this helmet. So I am actively tracking and making sure I'm doing it right each and every time.
Correct. Okay. Chances are your processes are in those PDF files right now, but not so accessible. Let's digitize that. Let's grow up to the real world. Let's make it accessible to wherever your team is in this country, right? Or beyond.
You have brought on some of the biggest builders and smaller builders across the country. This is for everybody, is what I'm hearing. It's not one price meets all and that's it, right?
No. Everybody wants to be more efficient and cost effective, no matter the size of their home building company.
Got it.
Right.
Well, there you have it, everybody. On3.ai. We're at the International Builders Show 2024. I'm Dave Cooper. We're in the On3 booth. Thanks for watching.